What's up? What's up?
Welcome to Let's Talk About It, where we give it to you raw and uncut. The podcast show where we speak what's on our mind. Now here's your host, Amina G.
Welcome, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. I am your host, Amina G. Good morning. On today's show, I want to talk about the shooting death of 26-year-old Gabriela Gonzales. Gabriela Gonzales was a 26-year-old mother of three, two girls and one boy. She was living in Texas and in an abusive relationship with a 22-year-old man by the name of Harold Thompson. Gabby, as her family called her, tried to escape from this man, Harold Thompson, on numerous occasions, but was unsuccessful. So here's what I know about this story. A police report was filed by the victim after her boyfriend, Harold Thompson, threatened to harm her and her three babies. So she filed a police report after she was threatened by Harold Thompson to harm her and her three babies. She was afraid. She was scared for her life. She was frightened to death by Harold Thompson. She was afraid of him. She has three children from a previous relationship, and it is said that Thompson was extremely jealous of the ex-boyfriend. So this man, Harold Thompson, seemed to have had some serious mental problems that he has never dealt with or had addressed at an early age. Because at 22 years old, what in the hell are you so angry? Why are you so angry? I understand why he was so angry. The family stated that they had started seeing a lot of marks and bruises all over Gabby's body. They witnessed Gabby become withdrawn from being a person full of life, laughter, enjoying life, enjoying her family, her children, to having the life drained out of her. The family says she was no longer full of life. Gabby's mother said that the violence that her daughter experienced at the hands of Harold Thompson was not new, that the beatings had been going on since they basically was together. He would take her phone. He wouldn't let her talk to anybody. He took everything from her. He managed everything for her. She was afraid of him. She was not allowed to have friends, to go around her family, any of that. And that's what narcissists do. They take you from your family, they keep you from your friends, your family, so they can control you, so they can rule you. And that's what he was doing to 26-year-old Gabriela Gonzales.
You're listening to Let's Talk About It with your host, Amina G.
What I would like to know is how long, my question is, how long had they known each other before they started dating? Because they had only been in a relationship for 4 months, so not long at all. So I would like to know, how long did they know each other before dating, and how did they meet? And was there any mental signs in the beginning that Gabriela Gonzales seen in Harold Thompson and she ignored them? Did she see warning signs in the beginning of this 4-month relationship with Harold Thompson and ignored the signs? because I'm hoping that if she's seen that this man was unstable in the beginning, that she would not have gotten herself involved with him, especially with three babies. That's what I'm hoping, that she, that she would have not gotten involved if she had seen warning signs in the beginning.
You're listening to Let's Talk About It with your host, Amina G.
Um, the family said they watched Gabby violent toxic relationship grow worse and worse. They watched her become more and more withdrawn from society, from people. She was just withdrawn, very depressed, very upset. That's what this toxic relationship, and that's what toxic relationships do. They're unhealthy. They're not healthy. If you're in a toxic, violent, domestic violence relationship, get out of it. Don't stay in that relationship. Get out. Her sister, Melanie Rubio, said the family knew Gabby was in trouble, but they couldn't help her. The sister said they couldn't help her because they didn't know how to help her. And that's sad. That's very sad that the family didn't know which way to turn to help her, because this man was very aggressive. Gabby would often tell her sister, Melanie, that Harold was very angry. He was very angry, but she couldn't leave. So she really felt that she could not get out of this relationship because he would hunt her down. He would threaten to hurt her family, to hurt her children. So she felt stuck in that relationship. But I'm going to tell you that there is help. There is help for you. You have to plan it, but you can get out of that toxic domestic violence relationship, and that goes for men and women, because there are some men that are being abused by women as well.
You're listening to Let's Talk About It with your host, Amina G.
Now, it is said that Thompson already had a family strangulation warrant that was issued in March, but the affidavit didn't show that Gabby was the victim. But the May affidavit does confirm that Gabby was the victim of Thompson's brutal attacks. It states that he had strangled her, drawn out the day, beating her, and left her, leaving her with a black eye. So you see, even if Gabby had decided to carry the unwanted pregnancy to the full term, it would have been more than likely that the abuse would have gotten worse and worse, and the outcome, as it is, just would not been good.
You're listening to Let's Talk About It with your host, Amina G.
Gabby was fed up. She wanted out of the relationship, so she traveled to Colorado to have an abortion performed. Because, as you may or may not know, effective July 24th, 2022, abortions were outlawed in Texas following Supreme Court decision Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization, which overturned landmark ruling Roe versus Wade and gave the states the options to outlaw abortions. So that is why Gabby had to go to Colorado to have her pregnancy terminated. So she had to travel all the way to Colorado to have her pregnancy terminated. Now, let me just say, I do not myself believe in abortions, but in certain circumstances, you know, you have to do what you have to do to protect yourself. And in this situation, she felt that she needed to abort the pregnancy because of the abuse that she was enduring. And she might have felt that if she kept the baby, that she would have to deal with this type of abuse and beatings from Harold Thompson for many, many years. Many, many years. Um, So she went to, like I said, Colorado to abort the pregnancy because she was determined to get away from Harold Thompson by any means necessary. So that's what she did. On May 10th, a surveillance video showed Thompson and Hernandez walking together. That was a day after she had came from having an abortion. They were seen walking together at a Texas gas station. The civilian video also showed that Thompson placed Gabby in a chokehold, but she was able to escape the chokehold. She was able to break free from the chokehold. But once she broke free from the chokehold, Thompson pulled out a gun and shot Gabby one time in the head, numerous times to the body before he fled the scene, all being witnessed by Gabby's sister, Melanie Rubio.
You're listening to Let's Talk About It with your host, Amina G.
So Gabby's sister witnessed the whole shooting. This is a sad situation. Now 3 babies are left without a mother, and for what? A jealous narcissist that wanted to control her life. Wanted to control her life. You know, it is said that when a woman is killed by her partner, it is the final act of controlling her body. When a woman is killed by her partner, it is the final act of controlling her body. And that's what he did. He took her life. He seen that she had wanted out of the relationship, desperately wanted out of the relationship. She went and traveled to Colorado because Texas has outlawed abortions. So she went all the way to Colorado to have an abortion terminated. So he knew that she wanted out of that relationship. And so that was his final way of controlling her by killing her.
You're listening to Let's Talk About It with your host, Amina G.
Young love, young love can be very dangerous. Abuse is not love. It's not love. It's not love. This young lady felt that she couldn't leave this man. So she stayed with him and it ultimately cost her her life, leaving behind 3 babies, 2 daughters, and 1 son. She felt there was nowhere she can go, nowhere to turn. So she stayed in this situation until he finally murdered her. He finally took her life. Thompson is now being held in a Dallas jail with no bail. And let me just say this. Once again, if you or anyone you may know is in an abusive relationship, get out of it. Don't stay. Make plans. Plans to escape. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Call the police. But do not stay in that relationship. It will never get better. It will only get worse, especially with a narcissist. Don't listen to him tell you that he won't put his hands on you again, that he's not going to do it again, that he's sorry, give him one more chance, et cetera, et cetera. It's not going to work. If he did it once, he'll do it again. Trust me, he'll do it again. This man took her life for what? For what? At the end of the show, I have also put a number on the screen. Please, if you're in an abusive relationship or know anyone that is in a abusive relationship, please share the information that will be on the screen at the end of the show. Also, I want to once again give my heartfelt, sincere condolences to the Gonzales family for the loss of their daughter, the senseless murder that she endured by the hands of this man here. May she rest in peace. Gabby was laid to rest on May 15th in Texas. She was laid to rest in Texas at the Lincoln Cemetery in Dallas, Texas. I also want to point out that the Let's Talk About It podcast show will be moving its time to 3 p.m. on every Sunday. So please tune in every Sunday at 3 p.m. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of each other. Stay safe. Stay safe, stay safe, stay safe.
They shooting. They shooting.
We want to thank everyone for tuning in. Check back every Sunday at 9 a.m. for new episodes. You can find us on Buzzsprout and Let's Talk About It, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Facebook at Amina G100. Until next time, be safe.
Let's talk about it with Amina G.
Welcome to Let's Talk About It, where we give it to you raw.
The podcast that deals with issues America needs to hear.
I mean, the more we talk to them about it, the more we fight about it, the more we march, the more we fight against it.
And you can find it just about anywhere online. You have no excuse not to listen. Find Let's Talk About It with Amina G on Spotify, Buzzsprout, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, Facebook at Amina G100, Instagram at Amina_G, spelled at G-E-E, and YouTube at Let's Talk About It with your host, Amina G. Email aminagpodcast@gmail.com. There, if you can't find it now, that's on you. Let's Talk About It with Amina G. Listen to it anywhere.